Everybody. I am so excited today because I get to interview one of my sugar-free warriors, Tom Herr. Tom, thank you so much for joining me today to talk about the biological experiment you went through in becoming a sugar-free warrior for 30 days.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun, so I'm happy to do this. I had a good time doing it. And I'm not done yet. I'm going to keep the ball rolling.
That sounds good. Would you like to tell us a little bit about what you do?
Sure, my name is Tom Maher. Like Terry, I'm a coach, a certified life coach for the Coaches Training Institute, and I'm also a certified hypnotist. Now, where Terry's specialty is in health, the gut microbiome and stuff like that. Mine's a little bit different. I work with UFO experiencers and the people who love them as a life coach and as a hypnotist. And I do some other stuff on the side. I'm into all sorts of stuff, but that's the main crux of what I do.
Excellent. Thank you, Tom. So I'm just really curious, what made you decide that this was a challenge you wanted to participate in?
Yeah, there's a lot of pieces to that. One is I am a life coach, and I've had more than one coach tell me if you're a coach and you don't have a coach, you're out of integrity. I've worked with coaches before, and I really didn't have an active coach at the time. And this came up a while back. I noticed my weight was getting to a point where I wasn't happy with it, and I decided I'm going to reduce it. And I was pretty successful in reducing it. I dropped between 55 and 60 pounds. I was
Wow.
pretty happy with that. And I took my foot off the gas and it slowly started to creep back up. It took a long time, but it slowly crept back up. It didn't go back up to the original weight, but it was starting to get close. I said, you know what? No, stop this. I'm not doing this again. So I started driving it back down. And it would get down and peak up a little bit, get down and peak up, but it never got to the original point, but it was still up and down. And it wasn't driving down like I wanted it to. And so I decided, you know what? It's time to get back down to that lowest point that I was and then reassess where I'm at. So I said, this is a good opportunity. I had taken Terry's a Slimmer, Stronger, Sexier You course, and that was really good. But even though I had results, I still wasn't driving it like I wanted to. So this is the time, this is the one. Take advantage of this opportunity, of this coach, and really look at what I'm eating, what I'm processing, what's going in, what's coming out energy-wise, and really see how that would impact my results. Because when I was doing it on my own, it was mainly exercise was key and regular, and change of diet was regular. It was mainly green smoothies, some protein, either chicken breast or pork chops, which was really successful. And if I went out with friends, I would eat whatever I wanted to, knowing that the scale would go up a little bit or down, but I still felt good about it because I was confident I could still knock the weight back down. But now with the sugar-free challenge, it's different. There was still the emphasis on protein, but it wasn't like just chicken breast, just pork chops. There was a lot more variety, and there was, oh, I can do different things. My whole mindset about it has always been it's not losing weight. I always think of it as weight management. It's weight
Mm.
management. And if you're heavy, you need to improve your weight management. And if you're healthy weight, you need to maintain your weight management. And if you're underweight, you need to work on your weight management. Weight loss has that negative sound to it, so it's always weight management to me. I wanted to do a better job of managing my weight so I could experiment and try different things. That was really appealing to me. And not only was I experimenting, I was getting good results. Early on in the challenge, I did a 4-day fast, which obviously saw results. Later on, I did a 1-day fast. We saw results too, but it was interesting because I've read that when you're fasting, your body's still burning energy, but you've burned all the food that's in your system. So your system gets a chance to rest, which we don't normally do. So we're eating 3 meals a day or more, so our system never gets to rest, except for when we're sleeping. Even then, maybe not much if we're a late night eater or overnight eater. So our system gets to rest. And what I'd read was as your body continues to process stuff, it starts looking for things to burn. Some of the things that it looks to burn is unhealthy stuff such as cancer cells. People that fast regularly do these deep, intense fasts, they can burn up their cancer cells. And people, a couple hundred years ago, it wasn't a big thing because they weren't eating like we're eating. I don't have cancer, but if I do that fasting regularly every month or so, I'm burning off cancer cells. That's great. Another thing that I read was the effect of black pepper. I had read a number of studies that say black pepper has lots of beneficial effects. And some studies suggest that eating black pepper kills cancer cells. I'm fasting, killing cancer cells. I'm eating black pepper, killing cancer cells. I like black pepper, so I grind it fresh. So that's some of the things that was really appealing to me. And seeing those results of the experiments, I'm going to stay really focused on the protein and the vegetables. I was seeing really good results. So I was able to be really creative, experiment, and keep looking at everything as an experiment. Feedback is just feedback. In that regard, too, if I would eat something and go weigh in the next day and my weight was up, that was not either negative or positive. I had to get out of the mindset that that's negative or positive. I just looked at it as feedback. And then I look at the day before. What did I do the day before? What could I do better? What did I slip on? How can I continue to move forward? The scale number is only feedback. It's not a tool for me to beat myself up with or judge. It's feedback for me to use to modify and alter my behavior. Does that answer your question?
Very, very thoroughly, Tom. You did a great job. You definitely took the challenge for a lot of the right reasons. The fasting you mentioned to accelerate the getting rid of cancer cells that might be stirring. And it's a great extra bonus when you're doing
Mhm.
something like that. Now, that was an expectation of the challenge, but I know that was something that you just wanted to
Yeah,
do.
yeah. Things
Mhm.
felt really refreshed. I felt very refreshed having cleansed because it was a cleansing. When you do that fasting, you're really cleansing, cleansing, and cleansing. That really felt good. It was surprising after 2 days, I was having water with a little bit of salt or minerals. I was surprising. I just felt energized. I wasn't eating anything, but I felt energized. I didn't feel like I was lacking anything. And anytime I did feel like I was lacking, I was like, can I just hold out for 4 more hours? Or if it was late in the afternoon, can I wait till weigh in tomorrow morning? I could wait till tomorrow morning, and by then I wasn't hungry again, so I'd weigh in and see the positive results. So it was a lot easier than it sounds like.
Awesome. So, what were your biggest challenge on the challenge? Did you have any big things that stuck out for you that was really hard for you?
I don't know that I really felt I was challenged by anything because I was very focused on the results. Occasionally, cravings would pop up, and this is true for a lot of people. If I was having a lot of stress, I was like, oh, if I can just grab something to eat, chop, 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 I'm chomping on something and putting it in my system. I was just able to manage that. It wasn't too bad. It was actually pretty manageable because I kept focusing on the future. At those points, I go, I know I'm going to eat dinner and it's going to be protein based. It's not going to be a lot, but it's going to be something so I can get through this and I should be okay. Even though that was a bit of a challenge, I wouldn't even say it was a difficult challenge, really.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10 with this challenge, how would you rate the ease of it? As far as 10 being really difficult and 0 being super easy.
It would definitely be in the lower range, maybe just one or two, because as difficult as it sounds, it really wasn't all that difficult. I'll say this too. For me personally, I don't know how anybody else will react to it, but I heard 30-day sugar-free challenge, and that freaks me out. The sugar-free freaks me out because in my mind, sugar is in basically everything, whether it's fructose, sucrose, or lactose in vegetables, it's everywhere. It's like, is it just 30 days of water only? It can't be just water only. So just getting it through my head that it's not sugar-free challenge, it's those refined sugars. And even Terry even at one point said it's more like a carb-free challenge. I heard carb-free challenge. Oh, well, that's easy. I can do carb-free challenge. I can't do sugar-free, but I can do carb-free. In a sense, same thing in a lot of ways. But the way you hear it and the way you interpret it in your head, for me, sugar-free freaked me out. Carb-free didn't freak me out at all. That's a piece of cake. Give up donuts, bread, or pasta. I could give up pasta for 30. That's not a big deal. It was a lot of mental stuff. It was the mental challenge, making sure I was shifting mentally to go, it's not lack, it's not sugar-free, it's carb-free. It's like a lot of things in life. It's
Hmm.
all mental. It's all in your mind. Can you do it? Is in your mind. How you look at it, how you focus on it, how you perceive it. For me, making those mental shifts were the challenge. The physical stuff was relatively easy.
Was there anything in the challenge that you felt really benefited you and kept you on track while we were meeting every week for those 5 weeks?
So one thing that I did was Terry asked us to do a picture of our face on the first day and another one on the final day. I want to turn that up a little bit. I was going to do a picture on the first day and then every seventh day after that. So the first day, the eighth day, the 15th day, the 22nd day, the 29th day, I was taking a picture of my face, putting it on our Facebook group and on my own personal Facebook page. Here's what I look like now. Here's what I've been doing. So just getting feedback from that kept the momentum going. It was like, I'm really putting it out in front of the world.
Yeah.
And I'm an introvert. I probably sound like an extrovert and INFJ. Everybody thinks that IFJs are extroverts. We're not. Stop it. We're not. We're introverts. So to be open like that is not
Mhm.
something normal for me. So that was a little bit of a challenge and have it out there and have people responding. People in my family or close friends responding. I'm sticking to it. It helped me stick to it quite a bit. Some simple things like this too. Once there was a celebration at my mom's assisted living facility, and it was a big holiday celebration. And so they had
Yeah.
a big buffet. In the past buffets, I'd take my plate and it would be a mound on the plate by the time I was walking away. And this time I saw the menu in advance. Said, okay, I'm not going to mound the plate, but I'm going to go here. I took just a little bit of this, went a little heavy on the cauliflower because I'm cauliflower addict, I confess. And we got to the shrimp platter. Usually when I get to the shrimp platter, I usually dump all kinds of shrimp on there. I took 2 pieces of shrimp. There was lots of protein. They had a steak, I think, and a chicken breast stuffed with wild rice and mushrooms. So I took a little bit of everything, but it was mostly protein. When I went back to the table, I looked down at the plate. And I'm like, there's a nice big spot open in the middle of the plate, and it's not this big mound. It's not full. You could put a hamburger in the middle because there's that much room where I used to just pile it on, have this big pile. No pile plus open space on the plate. I sat down, I was eating, and there's a basket of rolls there, and someone passed it to me and said, "Would you like some bread?" And I saw it. I like rolls, and I could have done it, but I said, I want to really stay committed. And I said, no, actually, I'm on a carb-free challenge right now, and I really like some of that, and I appreciate it. I'm going to pass. Thank you very much. People just accepted that. They heard I was doing carb-free challenge, and that was okay with them. So I felt okay saying it. They received it well. It was very polite. I was really heavy on the vegetables and protein. Had a good meal. I wasn't stuffed, but I felt satisfied, and I didn't go overboard on anything. I felt good, not overboard, and having empty space on the plate. Maybe that was a win too. I tend to not recognize my wins as much as I should.
Oh yeah, that is definitely when a lot of people, when they're confronted with social situations, they will give in to those temptations very easily just because other people are eating those things.
That event started off with a mimosa brunch. So you get mimosa, which is orange juice with lots of sugar, and champagne, which is lots of sugar. I just polite, no,
Correct.
I'm sorry, thank you very much. I did have some water, but the main beverage was mimosa, so I stuck to the water and had no problem with it. The thing is, I kept telling myself if I really wanted to, I could take it, I could manage, and I'd still lose the weight eventually. But I wasn't depriving myself, I was choosing. Not a deprivation, I was making a different choice that I wanted. So I think that was important. And that's back to that perspective thing.
Yeah, you were being very aligned with what your goals were for this challenge and making that promise to yourself.
Yeah, they had a lemon cheesecake for dessert and a red velvet cake, and I turned down both of those. And then a double chocolate cupcake with chocolate chips on top. They're just little bite-sized things. Nope, I got my mom her stuff. I made sure she got her stuff, but I wasn't having it. And I felt fine about not having it. That's the thing. I wasn't suffering not having it. I was there, I was enjoying it, I was in the celebration, I was relaxed, and I wasn't suffering because I wasn't missing out. I was to go without. So it was very easy to do, and I was conscious that I'm making the choice. I'm not being forced to. Terry's not saying I can't do it. She's not stopping me from doing it. I'm choosing it because that's what I wanted to do. It's not Terry's not gonna beat me up about it. And if I had taken the chocolate thing or whatever, stay out of judgment was my big thing. Stay out of judgment. The scale is just feedback. Stay out of judgment and keep moving forward on what I want to do is really how it worked out.
Yes. And Tom, I know you really lost a lot of weight on the challenge. Can you tell us how much you lost and also your specific scale that measures your biological age?
Mm. I believe my weight when I started was 226.4. And when I ended, it was 207. So I lost 19.4.
Wow.
And then I don't know the brand of my scale, but it's a smart scale. I can send you a link for the actual one that I use if you want to post it somewhere. But
Oh,
it's a
sure.
smart scale, so it does a lot. So I reset it every morning. I get on and I'm mainly looking for my weight, but it tells a lot of stuff too. It tells my pulse, heart rate, body mass index, bone density, lots of stuff. And one of the last readings gives your body age. I'm not sure how that's calculated, but when I started, because I looked back, I want to see what my body age was when I started. I'm 56. My body age was 62. And when I was close to the end of the challenge, I decided to look again. My body age was like 57, so it was like 1 year above my actual age. So I'd knocked 5 years off my actual age. By the end of the challenge, my body age, my chronological age were the same. I'm curious now because the experiment goes on. As I lose more weight, is my body age going to get below my chronological age? I'm curious to see as I continue to lose if it'll go below that. So that'll be an interesting piece of data for me. It tracks it from day to day too. It'll give you charts and graphs. You load the app on your phone and it sends the readings to your phone. You can look at it
Mm.
by the day, the week, or the month. You can see all these different things. It
Yeah.
tracks your heart rate too, which was interesting.
Well, that sounds like an awesome skill. I know you used another tool during the challenge too, which was the biosensor.
Oh yeah,
How did that work out for you?
it was interesting because these Stelo biosensors, you don't need a doctor's prescription to get them. You can just buy them and use them. And they're good for 2 weeks. I'd used one a couple months ago. And again, you put an app on your phone, and it'll send readings from your sensor to your phone, like 15 minutes. It's tracking your glucose level and sending stuff to your phone. It gives you, based on your gender, your age, and your height, what your optimal range is. And it tracks how your glucose is changing through your range. I didn't know it changed that much, but I've actually changes quite a bit. The first time I used it, I spiked out of my optimal range pretty much every day. And I never went below the range or to the bottom of the range, but I pretty much went out of range and came back down. I did that for 14 days. Then I didn't use it for a couple months. Then I started it very early in this challenge, and I was surprised to see it was staying in the optimal range a lot. It was consistently, and a few times it actually dropped below the optimal range, which it never did the first time. The first time it never went below the optimal range. This time it went below the optimal range a couple times. A lot of times when I was asleep, it would go below the optimal range, but I think I went above the optimal range only like twice, and it came back down relatively quickly. So that was again more information, more feedback, and I thought it was really interesting. And watching, oh, I'm eating this, what's it doing? I'm tracking what's it doing. And it can go up and down, but if it goes up really fast, it gives you an alert that it's spiking. If it drops really fast, it gives you an alert that you're dropping fast. If it's going up and down at a regular pace, it'll tell you you're steady. So that was more interesting information to see how what I was eating, exercise, and how those different things were impacting my glucose.
Do you think that made you more accountable to what you were eating,
I
that
think
particular tool?
I think it did, but the first time I used it, because I was spiking up and down like that, I checked it a lot. But this time around, since it was pretty much staying in the optimal range, I just didn't check it as much because it was being boring. It wasn't doing anything exciting. So I'd check it at least daily or a couple times a day. But I was like, oh, I'm still in range, just trending along steadily. But yeah, it was reinforcing saying, you're doing the right thing, stay on track, keep up with this.
What would you say were the key benefits that you got out of participating in the challenge besides the weight loss?
Yeah, weight loss, cleaning the system, noticing changes in my body. I know from the last time when I lost a lot of weight, right around the 110 to 112 mark, my legs and hips feel slimmer. My hips move better. Not that I had trouble moving my hips at all before, but I could just feel a difference in the movement. And that one thing I'm looking forward to is if I drop another 5 pounds, I know from the last time at that weight, my sleep gets much deeper and much more restful. Actually, around the start of the challenge, it was in the range where I start to get a little bit of sleep apnea, but I know if I drop below a certain weight, I don't have any apnea at all. I've never been diagnosed as having sleep apnea, but I just know that it shows up when I get over a certain weight. But driving that weight down, it's gone. The sleep is better. I know if I drop another 5, I'm in that range where it sleep gets even deeper. So I'm looking forward to dropping down a few more and getting a more deep, restful sleep. Better movement, energy's been good. So
What
yeah.
about for mental?
Not sluggish and not as brain foggy. The higher weight, I'm more brain foggy, but the stuff is staying really clean, so there's not a lot of stuff to feed the bad stuff that creates the fog. A lot less brain fog, a lot more clarity, feeling more settled, calm, and relaxed in my body. I'm more in tune and more stable. Maybe stable is a good word for it.
Stable for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, not as irritable. So if somebody was on the fence about trying the challenge, what would you say to them?
On the fence,
Yeah.
about trying the challenge. Okay, if you're on the fence about trying the challenge, I need you to listen to me very, very closely because this is very, very important. If you're on the fence about trying the challenge, just do it. Do it. What are you waiting for? Because here's what you're doing. You're giving up refined sugars and carbs. Refined sugars and carbs. You can do that. And you know what? I'll tell you one thing about me. I almost never, ever, ever guarantee anything. I almost never guarantee anything, but I'm willing to guarantee you something right now. I'm going to make you a personal guarantee. You try this challenge, you work on it, you give it your best. You're either going to find you like it, works for you, and you're going to keep going, or you're not going to like it. You're going to want to get off and you're going to quit. And I 100% guarantee if you do that, you quit and you go back to your old ways, all those refined sugars and carbs, they're still gonna be there. They're not going anywhere. You're not missing out. You're not missing out on anything. I promise you, it'll all be there. And not just a little bit, in abundance. If you don't like this, you could have carbs and sugars in abundance if you don't like it. I guarantee none of that's going away. It's not going away just because you stop eating it. You think that as you stop eating it, the carbs and stuff is gonna go away? It's not. It's not. It's just a little while. It's not going to go away. If you decide to quit, it'll all still be there. You can gorge yourself and go nuts. It's not going away. You're not going to miss anything. It's that easy. The guarantee is it's all going to be there if you hate what you're doing. And I don't think you will. It'll all be there. So what's the problem? What's stopping you? Come on. Come on. What are you afraid? You afraid? There's nothing to be afraid of. It's still going to be there. There's nothing to be afraid of. So just do it for yourself. You'll feel better. You'll look better. It'll all be better. So you've got nothing to lose. You don't lose anything. All that stuff that you think you're giving up, you're not giving it up. It'll all still be there if you don't like it. I promise you. I promise you. America's not going to get rid of all the carbs and the refined sugars just because you decided to stop eating it for 30 days. I swear it's the truth. So give it a shot. You got nothing to lose except some weight and maybe some bad habits. And that's not so bad. If I'm allowed to yell at them, I'll yell at them. It's a little strong arm coaching for you.
That's great. I'm glad you feel so strongly about it, Tom. It sounds like it's really worked for you.
For me, the 30 days is over with, and I could go out right now and I could buy all kinds of carbs
Yeah.
and refined sugars, and I could just gorge. I could. No one and nothing is stopping me. If I
No.
wanted to, I still could. I'm just not gonna. And it's all
Yeah.
still there if I change my mind. You're not losing anything.
And would you ever want to?
Go, no, no, that's a funny thing because when I was getting heavier, I used to eat at least 3 meals a day, and I always ate until I felt stuffed. Every day I was eating until I was stuffed. Why eat till you're stuffed every day, 3 times a day? It's ridiculous. So I decided to go, I'm just going to eat till I'm full, not stuffed. And I felt better eating till I was full and not stuffed. And after doing that for a while, I thought, what if instead of eating till I'm full, what if I just eat until I'm not hungry, not full, but not hungry anymore. So I started trying to do that. I'm like, oh, that's not bad. It feels better than eating till you're stuffed. It even feels better than eating till you're full. Eating till you're not hungry actually feels better. I wouldn't want to go back to that feeling of being stuffed every day. Maybe Thanksgiving or Christmas, I can eat till I'm stuffed, but that's not an everyday thing. It used to be for me. It's not anymore. And now that we've done the sugar-free challenge, I'm finding just these small portions of really good stuff is just fine. I'm satisfied. I don't feel like I'm missing out. I don't feel like I'm deprived. And when I think about it, feeling stuffed just feels like, well, pick your S word. There's a couple S words you could use because it's like, ah, my stomach feels stretched out in my guts. It just doesn't feel good. Just getting comfortable and used to that satisfied feeling. I've noticed too, even as I eat until I'm full but not stuffed, even that sometimes feels like it's too much because I just feel like I don't need that. I can just manage with much less. And the results keep showing up in different ways, be it the weight, the flexibility, the mobility, the energy, the better sleep. It's all these variety of things that show up.
Yes, that's very encouraging. I'm so proud of you, Tom.
Cool.
And I encourage you to keep going and doing it. And if you ever feel like you need some support, you know how to contact.
I know where to find you. I can track you down, Terry Ramond. I'll
Yeah.
find you, Terry Ramond, if I need to.
Sounds good, Tom. Well, thank you so much for talking with me today and telling your story of how this challenge really helped you get on board
Yep.
with losing weight, getting your sleep better, feeling much more energized, more mental clarity. It sounds like you are able to even navigate the social situations with ease.
Right, right. Happy to do it. And really, if you're on the fence, just do it. Come on, get with it and do it. Just do it already. That was a fun time. I had a good time with the challenge, had a good time with the interview. So yeah, happy to do it. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.